gang. I realised I haven't actually posted a talking and listening video yet to do with your talking and listening English tasks, which is very unlike me because talking and listening is normally my favourite part of literacy. So I'm going to give you two today because I feel like we need to catch up. Last week's talking and listening task was about family stories, and it was about retelling family stories. I'd love to share one of mine with you now to give you an idea about what it is that you're supposed to do in this task. I know a couple of you have already done this and have sent them in. They are brilliant. So, this is a story that my grandmother told me about her grandmother. I don't know if it's true. I don't care if it's true. It's a really good story. So, my great many times great grandfather was quite a wealthy man, and he owned a mill where cotton was made in the north of England. And my great many times great grandmother was not a wealthy woman. In fact, she was a very poor woman indeed, and she worked in the mill, and her job was working the looms, and it was really dangerous. And one day she got into a horrible accident. Her hair was pulled into the machine and she ended up dead from infection. Now, her daughter was a very beautiful and clever and brave lady, and she thought the fact that somebody ran a factory that had this kind of danger in it was completely unacceptable. So, knowing that she was putting herself at risk of losing her job, knowing that she was putting herself at risk of poverty and hunger for the rest of her life, she set out to do what she believed was right, and she marched up to the office of the man who owned the factory. And she sat him down and she explained to him exactly why it was so unacceptable and exactly what had happened on his factory floor. And the factory owner, he hadn't realised this at all. People had been making it sound good to him because he was the boss. And so hearing all about those terrible working conditions changed everything, and he was able to bring a lot better measures into the factory to keep people safe. Not only that, but he fell so in love with this beautiful and brave protesting woman that they got married. And that is where my grandma's great-grandparents came from. Like I say, I don't believe for a minute it's true, but I hope it is, because it kind of feeds into things that people in my family believe about ourselves, because we do have this belief in ourselves as people who stick up for people and who say something even when it's difficult to do that. I think it's really important to think about the way that the stories that we tell feed into the things that we believe about ourselves. So, if you have any family stories, I would love to hear them. Let me know. See you soon. Bye bye.